we have 3 pairs of Remind insoles, and we're going to talk about each of these and compare them, because now we also have the Remedy, which is heat moldable, and I've never ever had a pair of heat moldable insoles from Remind, and now we have 2 upgraded versions of pairs that I've had in the past. Alright, so I'm about to stand on the Destin insole so you guys get an idea of how my foot sits on top of the insole. I'm doing this because most people don't really see what their foot looks like on top of an insole because it's most likely inside of a shoe. So let's go on ahead, stay on the Destin. Hopefully it gives you guys a better explanation of how the insole looks and works. So yep, right foot first. Oh yeah. I don't know if this does anything at all for you guys, but I will say, just standing on these on the ground, this definitely does feel different from the original Destin. What you guys can see though off rip is that my arch actually meets this insole really well, so a higher arch probably isn't necessary for me. So yeah, let's move on to the Cush. So yeah, like I was saying too, with the Cush, I noticed that the material on the outside here does keep my foot a little bit more standing up. So it even feels like the Cush meets me pretty well. I know I have more of a low arch. Maybe I'm a little bit closer to medium, who knows? But it doesn't feel bad on the feet. It meets my arch really well. The Cush does feel very good on foot. It's kind of crazy. They both feel good on foot for sure, but the Cush does add just a little bit more stability around like my heel. So if I ever skate a shoe that I think might fold my ankle a lot easier than normal, then I might put the Cush in there. Let's move on to the Remedy. Alright, so we're about to put these insoles in the oven right now. So I wanted to make sure I read those instructions right. So the instructions do say to put them in the oven, preheat them for 200 degrees Fahrenheit, place them in the oven for about 2 minutes, remove them from the oven, put them in your footwear, and then stand on them. For this test, we're not going to put them in the footwear just yet, which means I'm going to have to repeat them to put them in my footwear. But in order to give you guys a true understanding of what they feel like and give you guys a good look at what they probably will look like the moment I step on them, I wanted to make sure that I did it on the flat ground. Start timer for 1 minute and 56 seconds. It's not going to be 2 minutes because we already went a little bit past that, but you know, basically 2 minutes. Damn, this dang hot. Alright, so now that we've warmed them up 200 degrees for 2 minutes, it was 2 minutes, we're gonna step on them. Alright, 200 degrees. I don't know how long I'd have to stand on them for them to mold, but they do actually feel like they're matching my arches, not very far off from the arches. They are nice and toasty. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed by this Remind insoles run. I'm gonna stand on these for like another minute, and I'm gonna give you guys my overall thoughts on this new run that Remind is doing. So hey Siri, set a timer for a minute. I forgot Siri's way over there. Damn, that's annoying. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so this is what it looks like after me staying on them for a minute. Let's actually compare them to the other insoles. They're still nice and warm, and they definitely do look flatter than when we initially had them. I probably should have only did one insole now that I think about it, so I could compare them to what they look like when you first get them out the box. But we'll grab the Cush insole because I think it's a nice in-between between the Cush and the Destin. Cush right insole versus the Remedy, and as you can see, the Cush stands a lot taller than the Remedy does when it comes to arch. Damn, my camera's focusing too much on my face, but look at this. Look at that difference. I don't know if you guys can even see that difference for real. Let me grab the Destin. Let's compare it to the Destin. So I can tell you right now, I definitely have a low arch because comparing it to the Destin, they're almost exactly the same. So that's actually pretty sick. This is a really good way to figure out like where your arch is at. if you want to buy a Remedy and like check out another insole or whatever, or just getting like a Remedy insole and then testing it compared to other insoles in the market or even other mines. Just putting your Remedy insole and how it formed to your foot to another insole in Remines category or another insole in the industry, it'll tell you right then and there if you got a low or high arch. What I did to figure out my arch in the past was I used to work for Dick's Sporting Goods, and they have the gait analysis. I learned about my arches and how to tell other people's arches and a whole bunch of stuff about footwear and all that stuff while I was working with Dick's Sporting Goods. And then after that I took a shoe course, which is why I like to go into the details about shoes and how the arches work and stuff like that, which is also why you'll see videos on my channel where I review shoes that I don't personally have because I most likely have checked them out in person but didn't want to buy them. Like $100 is like the average price of shoes right now, and although I do a lot of shoe reviews, a lot of times I would get like help getting the shoes either through homies that worked for certain shops, or like sometimes the company would give me a chance to give me like 20% off or something like that, or I'll catch a really good deal and get the shoe. But as of lately, especially since I've been out here, I've been buying everything full price just to like get it out to you guys as quickly as possible, which is why you guys haven't seen shoe reviews on the channel in a while. I'm at Hermosa Skate Park, but we have a bit of an issue. The stair set I was gonna test impact on is right here in front of me. I've never had the sprinklers actually like shoot that much into the park, and there's literally no way I'm just gonna willingly ollie into that or do anything into that. So I'm gonna test the insoles, skating the park, I guess the best way I possibly can without getting the board super wet or willingly wanting to slip out into water or anything of that nature, and then I'll let you guys know based off of comfort. So let's get to it. Out of all three of the insoles that I have here are the only ones that are heat moldable. These are said to be made for all day relief. And when I think about all day relief, I think about recovery. I haven't skated this one compared to the other two, but when I did put these in the oven and molded them through the preheating at 200 degrees Fahrenheit and then put them in my shoes, they felt really comfortable. But because of that, and these being more so about all day relief, I didn't really find a need to skate these. And then I know that these are going to be the highest price point when it comes to selling these insoles through Remind site. So I wanted to talk more about the Destin and the Cush, which are these guys here. So the Destin, I ended up skating at Hermosa. This was my first session in any of these insoles, and the Destin actually did really good. Though I will say that I wish I paired them with my 440s, because my 440s have a thicker sole, and I feel like I would have got more out of this insole through a thicker sole, because with the Warsaws not having their insole inside of that shoe, the shoe remained really flat, and I don't like a shoe that's as flat as that is. And without the arch support that this insole would have given me, I would have felt like personally the shoe was a little too flat, whether the impact protection was there or not. I got away with it, I was able to skate it, and it was still comfortable. On the same token, I took these Cush insoles and I put them in the Warsaws, and I skated Pickle Skate Park. I feel like the Cush has to be trimmed down just a tad bit because of the extra material on the heel here, but I did feel like this is a little bit thicker, gave me a little bit more comfort in the Warsaws, and ultimately felt better, but I didn't have any impact to really test the insole on, although this is a thicker insole, and I imagined that I would be able to take the impact a little bit better than I was in the Destin. Both insoles are really, really good. This is made more so for low to mid arch, whereas these are made a little bit more for mid to high arch. Now these price points are 100% confirmed because they haven't been released yet to you guys for y'all to be able to buy them yet. But as far as I know, they're sticking with the Destins being 40 bucks, the Cush being 50 bucks, and the Remedy being 70. Now, when I think about these prices for normal replacement insoles, these are pretty on the lower end to like the moderate average price for insoles replacements. Like for instance, if you're a runner, you were looking for replacement insoles for running and you went to Dick's Sporting Goods, you're looking at these prices or a little bit more. Now I have seen insoles that have cost well over $100, and thankfully skateboarding doesn't have to deal with that, and snowboarders and other extreme sports guys don't have to really deal with that like that. But I will say the $70 Remedy insoles will seem really, really high, especially when it comes to us as skateboarders. Now, as far as the Destin and the Cush, I think those are pretty moderately priced. When I compare them to other insole companies in the field, it's around that price range. Maybe some insoles are a little bit more expensive. Some of them are right at that price, and some of them are just maybe $10 or $5 less. So I think of, if you're looking at getting a pair of these Remind insoles, are you looking for your arches to be better supported? Are you looking for a little bit more impact protection in your shoes? Are you looking for just an overall insole to have just in case the stock insole that comes with your shoe doesn't really work with you right or doesn't feel comfortable enough? These are the things I would think about before I would go on ahead and get any aftermarket insole, even if it's these Remind insoles that I'm telling you guys about right now. I've also got to admit that Remind insoles makes a really good forefoot. Their forefoot takes a lot more impact than most insoles that I've tried in the past. So I got to celebrate Remind for that, because it forces me to land more towards my toes, and if I could take more impact up there, then I'm also alleviating the pressure from my heels, which is also alleviating pressure from my back, which is also reminding me to bend my knees more. So shouts out to Remind for doing that, because that is a very important piece, especially when it comes to skateboarding and taking impact as a skateboarder. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys found it informational, definitely let me know in the comments. If there's any other questions that you guys have about these Remind insoles, whether it be better than the old ones, which yes, they will. Let me know if you guys have any questions about these insoles. I'll try to answer them all to the best of my ability. If I can't get the correct answer, I'll try to reach out to them and hopefully they can get back to me with the correct answer for you guys. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed already, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, because we're on our way to 5K and it's right there, man. This is Jay Skate Day. Make sure you make today your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.